All right, hopefully I've Mr. Ingebrigtsen here checking to see if we're live. It says we are. All right, facing off against Buffalo. 5:59, almost dropping the puck right on time. Looks like we have Mary Schwingler in the middle, Ellie Haag. Sponsler, Schanzer, and Yanish. We're underway. Schanzer playing good D, riding the girl right into the corner, all the way almost from the blue line. Buffalo's got the puck in our zone. Big number 7 hooks it back around. Schanzer trying to clear it. The sponsor gets a nice outlet pass to Ellie Haag. Ellie not quite able to get the handle, but dumps it down low. Nice play. Yanish on the way. Buffalo sends it behind their own net. Headmans it all the way to the red line, but they tip it to no ice. Lauren Pugh. Sounds like we're live. Got confirmation, Lauren Pugh behind the net. Hot pass in front by Buffalo. Gets out to the defense. Kaylee swallows it up on a shot from the left point. All right, now we have Reagan, Johnson, and I think Emmy Rauch, or Emmy Lemieux. Lauren Pugh. And Piper Swanson back on D. Johnson behind the net trying to control the puck. Lauren gets the puck up the half wall tries to get it to Emmy Rauch. Gets the flex. Piper's bringing it up to Johnson in the middle. Gets it over to Reagan. Reagan over to Rauch. Rauch carrying it across the blue line. Gets a nice shot on net. Just a bit outside. Reagan's got it in the corner. Johnson puts on some good pressure. Swanson does what Swanson does and holds it. We have Reagan out at the red line now. Peeling back. She gets the puck over to Sturgis. Sturgis looking to get a shot on net. Fantastic little flip right through the legs. She gets it to Teal in the middle. Reminiscent of a pass to Zoe Johnson a couple nights ago. Buffalo brings it in, but 1-on-4, and we say no thank you. All right, we've got Paige Henches out there. Sturgis and Teal. Teal brings it across the red line. She's looking to get the puck low, but the puck gets away from her. Sturgis brings it in offside. All right, 12:54 left in the first period, 0-0. Line change, we have Schwingler, Haag, and Yanish, Sponsler, Schanzer the Dancers. Oh, nice pass by Buffalo. Kaylee gets her right wing on it. Ellie tries to get it to the middle. Doesn't quite get there. Buffalo does a nice job of getting pucks to the net. All right. Oh, that's a tough. Kaylee saved us there. Line change here. We have Reagan, Rauch, and Johnson. Pugh and Swanson. Got a net by Buffalo. Kaylee saves it and covers it up. Face-off dot to the right of Kaylee. Johnson taking that. Left-handed shot. She's going to try to pull it back to Lauren in the corner. And she falls on it. Lauren loses the handle. Buffalo gets it. Nice pass to the corner. Reagan coming out, 1-on-2 with Rauch. Rauch busting over the blue line. She gets a puck towards the net. Goes behind the net. Rauch trying to get one to Johnson. Pugh gets a puck. Doesn't quite get all of it. Doesn't quite make it to the net. Here's Buffalo coming in, 3-on-2. Deflected off of Swanson into the corner. Swanson goes behind the net with the puck, looking to get it to Rauch on the half wall. I guess the net is off. Big fan base here today on the right behind the players bench. Buffalo lefty gets it. Page is going full speed trying to get that puck. Chancer loses it at the red line. Sponsler boots it back out. Hench is in the middle trying to get it across, but Buffalo turns it back around. Chancer with the puck along the wall. Buffalo trying to get the puck in front. Chancer behind our own net. Loses it to Buffalo. And we have Teal. Battle along the sidewall. Sponsler getting in the way. Chancer behind the net. And Teal on the sidewall again. Hench is in full pursuit. Doesn't quite get a Chancer. And hot pursuit behind the net. We're standing around a little bit here. Chancer pinning her girl up against the wall. And we have Teal trying to deflect the puck, and here we go. Chancer tried to get it up to Sturgis, but was picked off by Buffalo. Buffalo sails the puck over the net by about 4 feet. She's super proud that she can now lift the puck, and it's going to show everyone. Lydia Sponsler with a nice rush right through the middle. It's a good shot on net. Ellie Hag trying to, to stop number 7. Number 7 looks like a locomotive out there. She's real size. Buffalo back to their left D. Ellie Hag with a nice tip. Ellie Hag off to the races. She may be at the end of her shift. I think she's wishing she had a little more gas. Save by Gilly again. Oh, nice save again. All right, 9:31 left in the first period. Still 0-0. Shots on net, 6 for Buffalo and 2 for your Warriors. Johnson taking the tip off here. Reagan and Rauch. Looks like Sween, maybe. Nope, McMahon. Oh, a couple more shots. We're making it a little too easy for him. Buffalo's moving the puck. We're trying to chase them around without skating. It doesn't work well. Johnson with a tip off. She gets it to the sidewall. Now carrying it through the zone. Johnson across the red line. Coming in, Rauch is going to the net. Oh, there's a penalty, yeah. Johnson draws a penalty with a trip on the sidewall. So here we go. Here, Hench is on the tip-off, Teal on the right wing, Sturgis on left wing. Gets it out to Pugh, nice tip. Pugh to Hench's, beautiful play. That's not easy to get a puck right in the perfect spot for a tip. Lauren had a real nice shot there. Paige got a little chunk of it. All right of the goalie, face-off dot. Lauren, back to Teal in the corner, back to Lauren. Lauren over to Schanzer. Schanzer fans on it, gets it over to Sturgis on the left side. Hentges behind the net, banks it off. Schanzer back to Sturgis, loses it, but right to Hentges. Hentges over to Pugh. Pugh's going to have a good look here. Didn't quite hit the net, and it's going to get out of the zone here, so we're going to have to regroup. All right, Pugh brings it in. We have 3-on-2. Nice pass over to Sturgis. Sturgis to Teal. Fans on it. Now we have Zoe Johnson in hot pursuit. Zoe keeps it in. Oh, Zoe dumps it into the corner, but there really wasn't anybody in front of her. Zoe comes around. Oh, tries to get it past to Schanzer. I think no, Reagan. Reagan now up to Pugh. Pugh over to Swanson maybe, or Sween. Oh, deflected. Nice shot. Get the shot on net. Here we go. I think that's Rauch behind the net, Rauch and Reagan. Johnson, oh, Johnson with another one. Johnson with multiple whacks at it, but can't quite get it to go in. All right, 18 seconds left in the penalty. I'll try to get the clock in here quick so you can see. 7:27 left. We have Johnson, Reagan, and Rauch. Almost sounds like Mount Rushmore. Of what, I don't know, but right now it's a 15U girls hockey. All right. Oh, that's offsides. Yeah, good call. All right, Buffalo back to full strength. A couple good chances, though. Nice tip by Paige on a shot by Lauren. Rauch or Reagan got it to Zoe in front for a couple good whacks at it. So here we go with Haig trying to get it. We have Schindler, Yanish, Haig, with McMahon and Swanson. McMahon with the puck. Oh, Schwindler holds the line. Nice play, Mary. Oh, nice flip to the net. Really good play by Mary. Gets it over to Yanish. Yanish can't quite get the handle. It's like a pile up on Route 4 out there. Couple girls, couple bodies flying. Buffalo comes in. They're looking like they're 2-on-2. Hentges tries to break that up. Ellie Haig with a rush again. Ellie gets it down low. Great job, Ellie Haig. She was at the end of a shift. Hentges down low on the chase. We have Teal, Sponsler, Sturgis, and Swanson. Back into the top end of the Buffalo zone. Sturgis tries to get it. She holds it near the line, brings it back across. Hentges down in the middle, but loses the puck. With Schanzer brings the puck in offside. Reagan, Rauch, and Johnson coming out. Looks like Sponsler and Schanzer will stay. Just outside of the Buffalo zone is the face-off. Johnson trying to keep the puck in, does a good job of getting it down low. Oh, here we go. Rauch to Reagan, point blank in front, just a little too close to the goalie, but these girls are moving the puck. I like it. Johnson coming back from behind the net. Buffalo in hot pursuit. She's going to try to bring it across. She's got Reagan on the other side. See what they can do. Buffalo gets the stick on Rauch to pick it up. Reagan into the corner. We're down in the Warrior zone. Schanzer going behind her net. She gets it over to Rauch on the sidewall. Buffalo holds it in. Reagan, Rauch, and Johnson going for a switch, but there's an icing. 4:48 left in the first period. All right, we have got Schwindler at center. Haig, Janisch. Nice job. Mary Lauren picks it up on the sidewall. Looks like she's trying to get it to Ellie Haig. Just saw your note, Nicole. Thank you. I enlisted some local help here to make sure that we were live and I wasn't screwing something up. All right, Swanson doing what Swanson does and keeping that puck along the boards. Buffalo defense are playing keep away just inside the zone. Nice pass. Buffalo coming into our zone. They get past Swanson. Bailey swallows it up. Sorry, didn't get that. He didn't miss anything except for a really nice save. Kaylee once again having a really good night. All right, the Henches. Henches, Rauch, and Teal. A little different here. All right, Schanzer behind the net. She's going to try to get Teal on the sidewall. Sturgis. Sneaky coming in off the bench. Ooh. Buffalo coming across the red line. About 3-on-3 though, so I like our odds. Schanzer behind the net. Gets it stripped away. Buffalo's getting some good chances in the slot. All right, Page intercepts a pass going for the slot. Number 7 takes a hard angle, but Kaylee there's ready. Sturgis coming into the Buffalo zone. She gets a shot on net. Tries to go for a rebound, doesn't quite make her. All right. Now we have Johnson, Reagan, and Rauch. Rauch back to Sween. Sween puts it behind the net. Reagan in hot pursuit. Johnson also in pursuit. Rauch steals the puck behind the net. Johnson comes in to help. Johnson comes out with it. Gets it over to Reagan. Reagan to Sween. Sween to Reagan. Tries to get it back to Zoe. Zoe drops her twig. Decides that she wants more of a challenge, apparently, because I don't think anybody took it away from her. All right, Johnson to McMahon, sorry. All right, here we have McMahon in hot pursuit. Buffalo tries to lift her stick, doesn't quite work. There we go, McMahon. Oh, that's a little scary. All right, we got to move the puck better. Rauch tips the puck in just far enough to get a line change. So it's Schwindler, Haig, and Janisch. Haig and Schwindler, hot pursuit. Schwindler, good defense, good back check. Sween tips it out. Gets it over to Mary. Mary tries to get over to Haig. Haig doesn't quite get it. Janisch picks it back around. Here comes Mary. Another shot on net. It's a couple for Mary today. Shots on net tend to end in goals, people. Just saying it now. Haig behind the net trying to whack away. Janisch in hot pursuit. Pokes out to the middle. Ooh, Piper Really nice job. Not only can she hold the blue line, she can hold the red line. Yanish over to Hentges. Hentges trying to make her way through the neutral zone. She does. She's 1-on-2. Paige has seen worse. She gets all the way, tries to get it over to Sturgis. Sturgis to Teal. Teal trying to get back to Sturgis, doesn't quite make it. Hentges doodling right by her zone. She gets it back to Sturgis in the corner. Good puck movement here. Teal just doesn't quite get the handle on it to rip off a shot. Buffalo coming in against Swanson. Swanson says no, thank you. All right. 47 seconds left in the first period, still 0-0. Shots on net, 11-9. I think we have 9. All right, Johnson at center with Emmy Lemieux and Reagan. Swanson tries to keep it in. Oh, nice pass. Love those passes that are a foot in the air and the other player has no chance, especially when it's the other team making them. We have Reagan coming in 1-on-2. She gets to the red line, dumps it in. Rauch in hot pursuit. Johnson right behind her, gets the puck back into the corner behind the net. Rauch on the way, sending in the reinforcements. All right, Johnson gets the puck, trying to get it to the net. Sponsler, nice shot, Lydia. Good solid shot right on net. No rebound. All right, 9 seconds left in the period. Face off to the right of the Buffalo goalie. Johnson, Reagan, Yanish, Sponsler, and Stancer. 6 seconds. Oh, don't quite get it through. 1. All right, we'll take it. All right, little break here. I think there will be a resurface after the second period. Got to figure out how to do a kiss cam. Catch some people at awkward moments. Not today. All right, Kaylee's making her way back. Looks like we have Hentges, Sturgis, Teal, Chancer, and Sponsler. With nothing but goals in their eyes. Goalies are ready. 2 refs today. Hentges on the tip-off, she wins it. Sturgis pulls it gingerly through the neutral zone. Buffalo stands her up. Oh, Teal gets the puck, almost strips it right in front of the net. Oh, nice shot, point blank by Hentges. Right into the bullseye. Same lineup here, we're down to the right of the Buffalo goalie. Hentges, Sturgis, Teal, Schanzer and Sponsler. See what we can do here off the face-off. Buffalo wins it back with what a play. Sturgis to Hentges. Chandler's going to have to patent that amazing pass to the player in the slot. I've seen it multiple times this weekend alone. Buffalo in hot pursuit. We have Schanzer at the half wall in our own zone. Buffalo keeps it in, but back to Schanzer. He gives it to Sturgis. Hentges almost with a breakaway. Teal looking to match up with her gal. Sponsler back behind the net. Moving it out to the middle, back to the side. Hentges in hot pursuit. Buffalo sends it all the way down. No ice. Didn't quite make it. I don't think it would have been anyway. Schanzer to Hentges. Long shift here. Hentges going to go on her own. She gets a nice shot on net. We have Ralph and Reagan back on the ice now. Johnson now comes off the bench. Buffalo is trying to get it. We have Lauren Pugh with a nice defensive move getting between her and the... There we go. Who is that? Swanson with a nice deflection. Otherwise Buffalo would have had a nice chance. Reagan in hot pursuit behind their net. Reagan wins that battle. Johnson falls down. I think she tripped over that red dot. Swanson whacks it. Johnson trying to get back over to it. She does. Now Reagan trying to make sure that they keep it in the Buffalo zone. Buffalo trying to headman it. That's an ice. That's an ice. No ice, she says. They didn't ask me, I guess, so we'll have to live with it. Buffalo. There we go, Zoe trying to get in the... There we go, Kaylee, sorry. All right. Yanish, Haig, and Schwindler coming back out. McMahon and Sween. Kaylee with a nice save. All right, face off to the right of Kaylee. Left-hand side of our radio dial. Schwindler on the tip-off. Going to bring it back to McMahon, but Haig takes it right out of the middle. Haig dancing across the neutral zone with a beautiful pass to the middle. Somehow we stop skating. Pugh trying to hold the zone, doesn't quite do it, but slows her down just enough so that they didn't have an odd man rush. So she did her job. All right. Fly ball to Kaylee. She nabbed it. 11:37 left. I guess you can see that if you're watching. The second period, shots on net 13 for Buffalo, 11 for your Warriors. Looks like we have Hentges on the tip-off. Teal trying to get out to the point. There we go, Hentges trying to get through some Buffalo stick work. Gets smashed into the boards, no call. Probably a good no call. Uh-oh. Buffalo with a really nice chance, but again, Kaylee with a great save. All right, face off to the right of Kaylee again. Hentges on the draw. Sturgis, Teal, Schanzer on the left-hand side. Sponsler over in the corner. Lydia picks up the puck behind the net. Schanzer to... Oh, that's an offsides. Yeah. I thought they were going to miss that, but they didn't. I would have helped them out. Still Teal, Hentges, Sturgis. Sponsler, Chancer, Buffalo D playing back and forth. They come across the red line. Buffalo marching into our zone, get it down deep into the corner. Chancer in hot pursuit. Buffalo gets it. Nice play by, I think, Lydia, maybe Paige. Regardless, nice play. Sturgis on the other side. She puts a nice pass right on Teal. I don't think she was expecting it. Buffalo trying to get a breakaway here. Johnson in hot pursuit. Does a good job of getting in the way. Sponsler with a full head of steam coming in across the red line. Dishes it off to Ralph. Ralph wasn't quite there. Swanson comes. And then zoom behind the net. Keeps her head up. Passes it all the way across the front. Always a little scary. Rauch to Reagan. Reagan coming in. Reagan with a shot on net. Gets deflected. Johnson goes behind the net. Looks a little tired. Lauren slows the Buffalo lady down just enough. Buffalo gets a shot on net. More than a shot on net. I think she was actually trying to pass it. Mishit it, and it went on that net. Yep. You have to watch that one over. That was a rough one. Certainly not Kaylee's fault. They came down 2-on-1. All right, 1-0 Buffalo. Haig, Swingler, and Yanish.
Scoring for Buffalo, number 6, Gabrielle Cottish. Assisted by number 7, Maria.
6-7.
6 from 7. 6-7.
All right, we have Lauren behind the net. In the corner, kind of a ramp up with people, but Lauren squibs away with the puck. She brings it across the Buffalo blue line, skates herself into the corner, looking for an outlet, doesn't quite have it. She's got Henches and Haig there. Sween going over to hold that puck in. Does a really good job of getting that puck back to Paige. Paige tries to dangle a little bit, doesn't quite get there. Sween whacks it over to Haig. Haig behind the net, goes off for a nice pass there. Oh, Henches to Teal. Teal again. Teal hits the pipe. The crossbar, the goalie is just getting up. They got her flustered. Here we go, Teal again. Puck is deflected. What the heck? That net is coming off way too easy. The second time in this game. The ref says, let me try that water bottle. I'm gonna freeze it in place. All right, we have Johnson, Reagan, Rauch, McMahon, and Sween. Johnson wins the draw right in front of her. Puck gets behind the net. Buffalo's bringing it out. Tries to bring it to the sidewall. McMahon does a really good job of holding it in. Johnson's got the puck. She's going to get a shot. Oh, just a bit wide. She had that one little corner. There we go. All right, we have McMahon. Does a really nice job giving some touch. All right, Reagan back in our own zone, picking up the puck. She turns around. She's going to bring it out to Johnson in the middle. Johnson's coming across the Buffalo blue line, getting pounded. Oh, what a kind of pass is that, Johnson? Only good if you're wearing white, and we're not. Buffalo comes back 2-on-1. Nice shot on net. And a goal. All right, 2-0 Buffalo. shots on net are almost even. 7:28 left in the second period, so there's a lot of game left, but we got to get quality shots, I think. Kaylee's doing her part, we got to do ours. Buffalo brings it into the zone. Schanzer gains control, brings it out. She's coming in one-on-one. Gets the puck knocked off her stick. Going to dance to the net. We have, I think that's Yanish. Down low, Yanish and Hag. We have Schwingler covering on D. Ooh! Mary slows her girl down just enough. Puck down on net again. All right, Hentges, Sturgis, Teal. Teal looks hungry. She had a couple really good chances that last shift. You know what they say, chances turn into goals. Looks like we have Swanson and Pugh on D. Buffalo wins the draw, gets it right out. Here we have Hentges now, trying to put on some pressure. Buffalo D turns around. Puck squibs back into our own zone. Lauren, good head-up play. Gets it to Hentges, coming across the middle. Taken away by Buffalo, but she enters the zone with her line mate still in the zone. You can't do that. Pugh chasing it down into our own corner. Gets stuck on the Zamboni door. Dad, her stick is okay, so you can keep that wallet in your back pocket or front pocket. Wherever. Oh, Teal. Toe picks. But keeps herself in good position. Sturgis trying to corral the puck. Johnson in hot pursuit down in the corner now. We have Johnson, Teal, and Sturgis out there. Teal trying to get there. Johnson steals the puck, doesn't quite get a shot off. Comes back around, Swanson. Teal trying to get Kaylee with a nice save. All right. 5:28 left. You can see if you're watching. Second period. 2-0 Buffalo leading. Johnson on the draw. Reagan. Lemieux. Here we go. Nice play. Rauch gets it across. Keeps it on side. Johnson trying to get some leverage. Brings down a Buffalo gal with her. Rauch chasing her girl down. Keeps the puck in. But our girls didn't have a chance to get back on side. Johnson on the tilt here, Reagan on the left, Ralph on the right. Sween gets the puck off the draw, tries to get it down deep. Buffalo intercepts it. Ralph doing a good job trying to slow down her lady. McMahon. There you go, Emmy. Emmy squibs it right over the line. Sween coming back in the corner. She's behind her own net. Gets it out to Reagan. A little hot for her. Reagan gets it across to Rauch. Rauch tries to get it to Zoe, but Zoe had already moved towards the middle. They're on a line change. Yanish, Hag, Schwingler, Sween, and Sponsler on the ice right now. It's like Hag on the half wall. Does a good job of getting the puck out without icing it. Schanzer snaps the puck across the middle. Buffalo has it in their own zone. Defense are playing catch. Yanish putting some pressure on. Buffalo with a nice pass in front of their own net, but we couldn't get there in time. Buffalo's coming down one on, but Sponsler with a nice defensive play. All right, here we go. Inches. Paige gets the crowd riled up a little bit. She's hustling after the puck, trying to get a breakaway. Buffalo comes across the line. I think that's Teal. Really nice play. Sportner, Chuck Foreman, number 44. Good hustle. We like to see hustle. All right, Buffalo brings it back to neutral. Defense are playing catch. Up to the wing on the right side. Tries to advance it, but it gets right over to Teal. Teal to Henches. Or Johnson, actually. Johnson tries to get it over to Sturgis. Doesn't quite get there. Johnson dropped like a bad habit. Reagan with a nice pass in. Sturgis still with the puck. Oh, there's a lot of sticks right there. Sturgis behind the net looking for somebody. She comes across, sends it right off the blinkers of the goalie. Reagan gets a nice shot. We'll take that. We'll take that. Not sure if it was Reagan or Johnson. Both were right there. Looks like it was Reagan. Turned around, snapped it in. That got the Sponslers lit up. We like that. Schwingler down there is just kind of hand on chin. Not sure what's going on there. Got to have a talk with that kid. All right, we have Johnson, Lemieux, and Reagan back out there. Swanson and Pugh. Oh no! Buffalo with a shot right in the slot. They promptly shot it over the net. Apparently thought this was broomball. Pugh making trying to get across the blue line, gets stripped. They come in unobstructed, but here's Johnson. Johnson sends a nice pass over to Rauch. Rauch and Swanson trying to get the puck down low. They do. Swanson just flying into the corner. Buffalo was scared. They saw the Swanson train it coming. Yanish with a point-blank shot on net. Here's Mary coming around. Mary's had a couple shots on net. Good job by Haig trying to keep that puck in. Bounces over her stick after the first whack. Now we have Swanson pushing the Buffalo gal into the corner. We like that. She gets it back out to the sidewall. Buffalo gets it back down into the corner. Swanson is there, but Buffalo gets it right through. They get back out to the left D. Over to the slot, but nobody there. Oh no, those are the tough ones. It was wide, hit his shin pad, didn't go in. That's an offside. With that, 56 seconds left. Your Warriors have 1 goal. Buffalo has 2. Buffalo 21 shots on net. Your Warriors 19. Looks like we have Sturgis, Teal, and Henches coming out. Looking hungry. Speaking of hungry, it's a little after. Got to be 6:30, something like that. This guy's hungry. Teal gets the puck, tries to get over to Sturgis, gets stolen away. Buffalo comes back into our zone, loses it, but then picks it up again. Kaylee tries to get it, gets away from her, but Teal does a nice job of getting over to it. Now the puck into the neutral zone. Buffalo trying to turn around and regroup. They do. We got 2-on-1 Buffalo, but McMahon gets the puck behind the net. Good job of hustle. Hench is going across the middle now. She's got Sturgis and Teal. She gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis with a nifty move. Doesn't quite get it to the net. Beautiful play. Here comes that truck they call number 7. She comes back across. It's a shot on net, but that's about all you can say. All right, after 2. Your Warriors down 1 goal, 1-2. A lot of reasons to be optimistic. watch the Zamboni. Here comes your Warriors.
Here we go. No, they can't come on yet.
No refs. We gotta do something here. We gotta win. Alright, here's the refs. Now we can go. Sponsors lead the way with the Warriors chant.
Warriors!
Schwingler wakes up. He's ready for the third period.
Get the cheerleading group.
Few last minute directions as we get into the third period here. 15 minutes left. Buffalo's ready. Ref is calling to get the Warriors out there. There's Schanzer going out for D. Yanish, Haig, Schwingler.
Go, LA!
Sponsler. Schwindler on the draw. Here we go, third period. Warriors down 2-1. Buffalo brings it back into their own zone, gets it out, headmans it into the neutral zone. Schanzer puts it back into the neutral zone, but Buffalo brings it in offside. All right, Schwindler. Nice.
We worked on those face-offs all last night.
All right, Haig. Haig's got the puck, pushing into the Buffalo zone. Buffalo brings it behind their own net. Yanish in hot pursuit. Looks like the ice is a little wet. Buffalo tries to get it out, does not. Yanish in the slot. Not sure. Schwingler with another shot on net. No, it's Sturgis actually. Henches now. Henches to Sponsler. Sponsler gets denied, but Reagan comes. Yanish still having a hard time. Not sure what's going on. Might have lost an edge or something. All right, we have Henches, Sturgis,
All right, let's go. Power play.
and Teal. Oh, power play. I missed that one. I thought it was offsides. It might have been both, but all right, power play for the Warriors. Let's zoom in a little bit. See if we can. Looks like we have Pugh and Schanzer on D. Chandler does a really nice job getting that puck, getting her body, shielding it over to Teal in the corner. Teal over to Pugh on the right D. Pugh back to Teal. Teal now takes a look. She gets it over, tries to get over to Schanzer. Schanzer, it's intercepted by Buffalo. Buffalo coming in. Kaylee says, not in my backyard. She deflects that away. Jansen drops her stick in disgust. Chuck Foreman Teal comes across. Pugh now winding her way through the neutral zone. Pugh gonna get a nice shot. Tries to get a slapper in the slot. Doesn't quite work. Sturgis trying to hold that puck. Buffalo going to be one-on-one with Pugh. Buffalo tries to get around, doesn't quite make it. I think that Sturgis took a girl out into the corner really well. Henches tries to fire it ahead to Teal, doesn't quite make it. We still have 53 seconds on this penalty.
Oh, wow.
I think they slammed it into the side of the net. Route coming across the middle, got Johnson right next to her. Puck's right down in front of us. That should be icing. Icing!
It was on this side.
No, it was on that side. They didn't listen to me. John says it was onside, so I got to listen to him. Sween whacks it back around in the corner. Years of reffing. Sween on the puck. Has it right in the middle.
Right there. Oh.
It's a good puck to deflect. We're standing around a little bit too much. Buffalo's now full strength. We have Reagan in the middle. She zooms it around. Swanson does what Swanson does and holds the zone. We have Rauch behind the net. Rauch and Johnson. Johnson picks it over to Rauch. Rauch to Reagan. Reagan to Sween. Sween back to Reagan. Johnson behind the net. She loses it. Pins her girl against the wall, though. Reagan comes back out with it. Tries to get the puck to Swanson. Buffalo has a good opportunity, but this group needs a change. Here's Ralph. Hopefully she gets it. Oh, they're lucky there. End of the middle, but now we're waiting to get the next three out. Hag, Schwingler, and Yanish. Sween in the corner. Flips it hard. Yanish and Hop. Oh, and no penalty. Ain't rubbing, you ain't racing, I guess. Buffalo comes out with it. Yanish wiped off the puck. That's all right, Schwindler on the tip-off, Hag on the right side, Yanish on the left. Yanish breaks through. She gets a nice opportunity, flips it over the net. Hot pursuit behind the net. Winnie is trying to get to some pucks here. Schwindler chasing down the Buffalo girl. They're going to get a nice shot on net. And more than that. All right, 3-1 Stillwater. 10:23 left. Henches to Teal. Just lost control. Pugh bringing it back into our zone. She gets it ahead to Sturgis in the neutral zone. Sturgis to Henches. Henches gets wiped out. Buffalo on a breakaway. Piper trying to catch her. Rough shift for the home crowd here. 4-1 Buffalo. A new 5 here. We have Johnson in the middle. We have Sween and McMahon. Johnson trying to win the draw. She does. Reagan gets it through. McMahon holds the neutral zone. Reagan just misses the puck. Reagan is on fire, skating hard. Here we go. Now we have Sween trying to get the puck ahead. She takes out her girl. Zoe Johnson takes the puck up the wall. Now we have Rauch behind the net in hot pursuit. Reagan with the puck in her skates. Johnson trying to get to the D, put some pressure on. Rauch sends it in, but Johnson's still in the zone for an offsides. We got Haig, Schwingler, and Yanish coming crawling across the boards with Sponsler and Schanzer. Mary wins the draw. Yanish comes up and gets it. We have two girls putting pressure. Yanish and Haig. This line's been flying tonight. We've had a good night. Buffalo comes across. They're 3-on-2. Kaylee dives out and gets the puck. All right, 4-1, 8:39 left. You can see the clock down there for those that are watching. We have Henches on the draw. Teal and Sturgis. Teal putting pressure. Henches brings the puck. She's got Teal in the middle. We have 2-on-2. Henches bringing across the red line. Dumps it all the way in, high off the glass. I think that's actually Rauch. Rauch, Teal, and Henches out here on this shift. Page steals the puck. She comes in, deflects over the net. Picks it up behind the net, tries to get one out front. Piper Swanson does a nice job of trying to keep that puck. Rauch, nice shot on net from the slot. Swanson, sorry for the bad video here. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Buffalo coming out 3-on-2. Truck they call number 7 has the puck behind the net, stripped by Lauren Pugh. Lauren, good heads up play. Nice pass to center to Teal. I think they're at the end of a shift. It's like Haig, Johnson. Teal is kind of stuck on that far side. Good shoulder, Zoe. Another opportunity. Here we go. Lauren to Haig. Haig in the middle. Haig picking it up. Neutral zone. She's 1-on-4. Normally not a problem for Ellie, but doesn't quite get it through all of them. And that's all the way down. No icing now. I don't know if the D might have tipped it. We have Reagan in hot pursuit coming back across. Sturgis, Reagan, Sturgis. Sturgis brings it back around. And Schwingler, mixing up lines here, trying to get something going. Puck's deflected off the glass above Keeley. Reagan on the far side gets it around. Schwingler comes down 1-on-2. 2-on-1 is what I meant to say. She's got Sturgis with her. Mary gets taken out. Now we have Yanish. Sturgis. And that's it for now. And then Henches now coming on the ice. Sween brings the puck back into the neutral zone over to McMahon. McMahon Head gals it to Sturgis. Sturgis with a shot on net. No such thing as a bad shot on net. Yep, that's a nice, good call. Just gonna leave it down here. All right, 5:37 left. Warriors down 4-1.
Hey, thanks for taking Mary to mine.
All right. Teal with a nice opportunity in front here. Chancer with a chance from the point. Brings it over to Teal. Good control of the puck. Over to Chancer. Chancer brings it back out of the neutral zone. Tries to get it to Teal. Teal back to Sponsler. Offside. Johnson, Haig, and Reagan going out. All right, Johnson, Reagan, Sturgis out. Pugh and Swanson on the D. Reagan really pushes it forward. Nice elbow, a nice shoulder. Gotta like that, and that was on that tree they call number 7. Oh, Zoe doesn't quite catch that pass. Beautiful pass from Reagan. Sturgis, beautiful pass to Lauren. Lauren gets a shot on. Boy, I hope this is working because my wife keeps calling me. So somehow it stopped and I started it again, but hopefully that works out okay. Regardless, 4:21 left in the third period. We're down 4-1. Brings it out of the mayhem in front of the net towards center ice. Haig is here along the near boards. She gets it down deep into the corner and chases after it. She's got Schwingler on the other side, and Yanish picks the puck away. Buffalo gal comes in and says, "That's my spot on the ice. I'm going to take it." There we go. Giving Yanish the business, and gets a penalty for it. Guess you can't do that, John.
I always thought you could. I always coached them when I did.
Exactly. All right, Henches, Teal, Sturgis, Pugh, and Chancer. Buffalo's going to use 4 players, it looks like. Their power play. 3:37 left. All right, Hench is coming back into our zone. She tries to twist around, doesn't quite work, but Chancer gets it to Pugh. Pugh to Teal. Teal hot pursuit into the zone. She gets it down low. Buffalo gets there first. Hench is back in down low.
It's kind of over by the football field.
Chancer holds the puck in.
Yeah.
Sturgis trying to corral it. She's got it. Oh. Right to the Buffalo gal. Stop in action. 2:53 left. Johnson on the draw. Looks like we have Reagan and Rauch. Sween goes behind the net. Also have Sponsler out there. Sween makes the Buffalo gal look like a pylon. Dances all the way across the blue line. Sends our forwards like Christy Yamaguchi out there, twirling along the blue line, trying to get away. Reagan picks the puck up on the side, gets it over to Rauch. Sween slams the puck back in. Reagan gets the puck to Sponsler. Sponsler, one way or another, gets it over to Sween. She tries to get it to Zoe Johnson, who gets a deflection. Sween down in the corner. Kind of blindly throwing the puck a little bit here. 1:54 left in this contest. Warriors down 4-1. There's Schwindler and Yanish coming off the bench in hot pursuit. All right, and a whistle. Stoppage in play. 1:43 left, third period. Yanish, Schwindler, and Haig, McMahon, and Swanson out there. Yanish tries to get the puck into the neutral zone, doesn't quite work. Not much going on that power play. Buffalo back at full strength. Had a couple chances maybe, but not any more than we had when we were full strength. Buffalo gal trying to haul three gals on her shoulder. Coming up to a minute left in the third period. Schwindler gets the puck into the neutral zone. Sturgis chasing after the puck. She gets nailed to the boards. Truck number 7 comes in, takes a shot. Gailey with a nice save. Hench is coming. See Sturgis. Sturgis brings it across the blue line. What a pass. Back to Henches and a save by the goalie. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be worth watching over again. Beautiful pass from Sturgis to Henches. Goalie made a nice save. Teal joins him out there now. Pugh and Schanzer on D. Pugh over on the left side, Schanzer on the right side here. Schanzer dances around to the middle. Schanzer the dancer. Sturgis trying to get it to Henches, doesn't quite work. Still controlling the puck on the near side wall. Schanzer bats it back in. Ooh. Probably the best slap shot we've had of the year, though, from Lauren Pugh there. Goes a little bit wide, but came right out to Sturgis in front of the net. I think she might have just mishandled it a little bit or something, I don't know, but really nice shift by that 5-some. Schanzer and Pugh stay out there. We have Schwindler, Haig, and Yanish. 7 seconds left. All right. That's it from Stillwater. Warriors